Hi, this is Stuttering John Melendez from the Howard Stern Show. And for some real stupid reason, you're listening.
Insufferable Bastards.
Great name for a podcast, morons.
Thank you, Stuttering John Melendez. Hey, everybody, welcome to Insufferable Bastards. This is a special emergency broadcast of the Insufferable Bastards Network. My name's Carlos Danger. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Brian Spears. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
I don't feel well, man. Everybody in my house had the flu, and now I got something going on. I'm starting to lose it. We already got a cease and desist. I don't know what that means. I'm Cardiff Electric. Hello, Gina Bobina. Nice to see you. But I thought we would talk really quickly, Brian. We were assaulted by another podcast this evening by, of course, Cardiff Electric, the bully.
Yeah, I thought we were friends.
Ian Hawk says we're losers. Gina Bobina says Cardiff, the real one. I don't know if it was the real one or the fake one, but our name was brought up on another podcast. Gina Bobina says fangirling annoyingly. That must be in reference to you, Brian. So I don't know. Where am I going with this? I got a fever. I'm having fever dreams. I'm having trouble keeping it together. But we got a kinky loco. See, this guy is a problem. You know what I mean, Brian?
Sure.
So let's just.
What did he do now?
He's always doing something, dude. I don't even want to go into it because I don't want to you know what I mean? I don't want to show my butt. But I thought we would just kind of share the language that was used against us. And then this is going to be a really quick episode, all right? I think it's this one. All right, so you got Lorenzo Ariola, very nice guy, some greasy-looking dude, and the potato.
We've had a great cringe of the week from Adam Thoreau. We had a great Stuttering John segment.
So this thing is called Whom Are These Podcasts?
A song parody, like I've never heard before from, I believe, Tony Muskrat. So you know what that means.
What?
It's time for everyone's favorite part of the show.
The teaser.
I need Aaron from Steel
This is the part
Toe
of the show where we tease the podcast
to help me deal with
the
this.
next episode of Whom Are These Podcasts? Let's see what we have here. Oh, a show
These
called...
guys suck. What?
Just from the picture, you can see how much these guys suck. Let's see. Let's give this episode a listen.
We're talented. Don't listen to Kiki Loco. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Insufferable Bastards podcast.
Fatso.
My name is Carlos Danger for the purposes of this broadcast, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Brian Spears.
That's
Hello.
you.
I mean, let's be honest. First of all, one guy
That's the
has
most
too
I've
much
seen of
light,
our
one guy not
podcast.
enough. Am I right?
So the first thing they did was make fun of our production values. Goddamn potato. One guy's in hiding, and the other guy has 8 chins.
Yes. I'm not even sure which is which.
Well, you throw a zinger
these
at
guys
me.
have-
That
I
I
I've
like
got
the balance.
What do you mean me? This isn't me. I wasn't on this thing.
small children in my home.
Oh, these guys have 591
all right.
subscribers. That's about right. That should
90 too many.
good
Great
one.
job.
I think that guy meant to say 590 too many, but he flubbed his line.
He didn't
Ooh, Brian.
pull the joke.
Hello.
So we've got a busy
Who's that?
agenda for you this evening on this shitty podcast. I'll go through real quickly. I think it's a StreamYard issue, one that I just have happened to be trading emails with StreamYard all week. Their shitty system. We're going to talk about Shuli.
Well, at least they admit they're a shitty podcast. I'll give them credit there. What do you think, producer Chris?
All right, that's enough of that. I don't want to see any of that. That's enough. I'm done with that. You have any comments, Brian? What did you think about getting assailed and assaulted on this random podcast earlier this evening?
It's got me tuned in until next
Are you
week.
speaking
I can't
into your
wait.
microphone? Because now you're like over here, it looks like to me. All right?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
totally right there.
All right.
I plan on
ahead.
watching next episode. I cannot wait.
I don't want to watch the next episode.
Well, I want to hear what they say because,
Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
All right, that's that. What else is going on here? Let's read the comments. Were you done there? I'm sorry. Did I interrupt?
No, it's all right.
Eve Anderson. Hey, hi, Eve. She's one of our actual listeners. Gina Bobima says, what? Mr. Potato. Ian Hawk says, ban Kinky Local. Yeah, you know what we got to do is get a moderator in our chat on YouTube so we can deal with this guy, this internet troll who's always... Come on, that is 100% joke busting balls. I don't know. It seemed to step over a line to me, Mr. Ortiz. Stepped over a line. I'm trying to deal with it. We're trying to deal with this. Kornev and Ian Hawk says there's a chance 3 fat guys could vape at the same time on screen now. Well, not really, Mr. Ian Hawk, because I don't vape. Brian doesn't vape. Don't listen to Steel Toe. All right? April issued an apology the other day about that stuff. I don't even want to go into it. But, okay, so the other thing, when this came over, Brian is over. Yeah, Brian always looks like he's not really engaged. But this stream earlier tonight, right, the Whom Are These Podcast things, one thing that happened is they started to, these are like Howard Stern fans, apparently, like old Howard Stern fans. And they started to talk about a phrase, Brian. I don't know if you were listening. Gasheesh.
Gasheesh, yes.
Right? In the context of Stuttering John tells this story about how the Gagia phrase came about. And I'm going to like posit to you that the way he remembers it is revisionist history.
I listened to the clip. I listened to you guys react to that clip.
But wait, let me just put it into context to anybody who didn't listen, because what Stuttering John says is he goes on this long story about when he was 13 years old, he would be stacking tires on a truck and going up I-95 from Long Island to Connecticut and getting his hands dirty, and then his friend or his coworker would say, we'll see ya, and that became Gagia, we'll see ya, right? But I remember distinctly what was more emphasized, and then he mentions how somehow that morphed into Gasheesh, right? But I remember Gasheesh being the center point of Stuttering John's vocabulary, at least for a year or two. I'm going to say in 1992, 1993, maybe a little earlier. Maybe it was
earlier.
1990.
I would say between 90 and 92, somewhere right there. And it was like a off the cuff, like he's leaving the room kind of thing. Like he was Gasheesh.
And what did Gasheesh mean? Because nobody seemed to remember tonight.
Vagina.
Right?
Yeah. And
how often do you remember hearing it?
Too. They would say it like look. I think Kinky looked up it on Mark Spriggan, and they couldn't find anything. It was said. It wasn't like they didn't devote a show to it. It was an offhanded phrase. There were definitely locker room times then, and they would say it then. Like, they were like goofing around, just, if a girl came in, it was said. It was never like, again, we're breaking it down more than it was given airtime to.
Well, it was definitely something that was definitely something that was said. I would say even more so than Gagia, because Stuttering John.
I don't remember Gagia.
Stuttering John, as evidenced by Whom Are These Podcasts, released a single based around Gasheesh.
And I never heard that. That whole, oh my God, that song was so bad.
Yeah, that song was pretty bad.
That was really bad. That was like somebody referenced also that it was from his second album. I didn't even know he got a second album.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that. But we have here, this is a special treat for you, Brian. Can you see who's commenting right now? Would you like to read that comment?
Shuli's Anonymous.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never been to Reddit before. That's the only Reddit I've ever seen and I've followed.
Yeah, Shuli's Anonymous. I have to congratulate you and thank you, because Brian's a guy, he still has an AOL email. He's the least technical guy ever. That's why he's always lower in volume sounding on this podcast. Brian is not a technical guy, but his hatred of Shuli from the old Howard Stern show burns so bright that he took it upon himself to get a computer. and to visit Reddit. I mean, I don't even know, how did you even find Reddit? And then drill down to the point where now you were reading Shuli's Anonymous every day. And for the record, I think Shuli's hilarious. I love the Uncle Rico show. But there is this whole cadre of anti-Shuli people going back, and I don't even think any of them have watched Uncle Rico. It's just from the days, from the Hack Pack days. People are still mad at him about the Hack Pack.
Oh, he got into a great fight. I don't think they'll ever re-air it, but he got into a great fight with Gary not too long before, well, way before he left, but it was epic. I just find that a very funny thread. And I will say this, I'm not like signed up to Reddit or anything, but someone sends me I was sent to me the link. So I have to scroll through all the text to go back and check it every morning.
Who sent it to you? But generally speaking, what random person?
A friend of mine. I'd rather not mention their name.
Sent you Shuli's Anonymous?
Yeah. And told me I should check it out, that I'd really like it.
Sons of
and
bitches.
So now
I like how this podcast is being used as like a recruiting tool for Shuli's Anonymous. Who is in fact in the chat insulting us right now.
Yes. But yes, I find it it's very funny. And I have watched all his other stuff. I've not probably followed as much as everyone else, but and I'm not knocking him. He should have his show. He should have his channel. I mean, it brings a lot of people happiness, but Kinky is correct.
Kinky Loco. Gary was annoyed with Shuli for always trying to get on the air and being persistent about it, and Shuli got upset. Brian, is that your
Yes.
one-word answer? Thank you. Thank you for the one-word answer, Brian. I got the flu. I had Cardiff Electric and El Horrible making fun of me for 12 hours. Now I got Shuli's Anonymous on my ass, and you're giving me one-word answers. Eve Anderson says, to be a fly on the wall to see the old man trying to figure out the laptop. Ouch.
I don't have a laptop.
Gina Bobina says, what are you guys up to? Right now we're live streaming for no reason at all. What are you up to, Gina? Got some eyes there. All right. You know what we wanted to play real quick? Brian had remembered, but he turned out to be a mismemory.
Oh, can we ask Kinky this?
Okay, ask Kinky.
All right.
Speaking of that microphone, you do sound
lower. There was
a
time when John goes, boop, boop, biddly boo, boop, boop, biddly boo. He says it, I think it's when he's playing Tom in golf and he wins, or he wins something and he just does that all the time. Can someone find that clip and post it?
And you thought it was the golf. You were under the impression that it was when he played Tom Chiasano and won in golf.
Yes. And he reacts all crazy. He is like reacting to something in this clip that I remember. And he just does that over and over again. But he does it in such Stuttering John fashion. It's totally worth checking out. And something
Ryan Sharman. And actually, you know what? I just want to correct something. I didn't pipe in during, not that it was me, but the guy who kind of a fat version of me with like an Italian version in the Cardiff Electric, whom are these podcasts? What I'm trying to say here, goddammit, is that Ryan Sharman also found Stuttering John's single about Gasheesh. I can't even say it anymore. And he put it in the chat. So thank you for that, Ryan. You were again, not proper attribution. Kinky Loco says, yes, it was the Tom Golf special. Okay. And then B-Dab says, yes, he did that during gold golf with Tom. Let's have mercy on B-Dabbler. He's extremely dehydrated, or I don't know. Someone wearing that mask tonight was having a rough time by the end of that broadcast. So this isn't going to be a long stream, people, but we need something for our own podcast this week, and we're not terribly creative, talented, comedic, or any of that stuff. Ryan Sharman says, no, I only tolerate you getting kinky props. Kinky Loco is like the soul of the Dabblerverse, or Dabbleverse, sorry. So what I'm going to do here, I've also been drinking a little bit, people. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, let's see Stuttering John versus Tom Chiasano, and we're in search of the dip, dip, blah, blah, blah. This was, I thought, one of the great moments of the Stern, not Stern years, but this was a great moment in Howard Stern history, I thought. Right, Brian?
I mean, I love this. Anything with Tom from the old days is hilarious. This is when Stern could fight the man, and Tom was the man, and look at him. He's the nicest guy in the world. He's,
Sweet. Yeah,
what is that? The
loving
Pelham
dad.
Golf Course right off the Hutch or whatever.
Hutchison
there.
River Parkway, yeah, or it might
Yeah.
even be off North Avenue in New Rochelle, I think. The other thing is, like, I like looking back, like, I don't know, seeing this, I don't like that the video exists because it's radio. It should be radio and radio only. God damn it! All right, I'm going to shut up now.
How we doing here?
Audio's not great.
There's a chance you might miss it.
Neither's your mom.
I win! I win $1,000 around! I win! I win! My strategy worked! Oh, Kevin, was that a well-played game? Good game. Very nice game. Where's the ball? What's going wrong? Very nice. Tom, you're a good sport. If you ever need some lessons, let me know.
Come on, Tom, what do you think about the outcome? It's bogus.
John's about as good at lines, comedic lines, and improv as I am.
Oh, Tom, don't be a sore sport.
No, I'm not being a sore sport. I asked me what I think it's bogus. But
Why?
I gave you
Because the E-camera?
From the E-camera, the extra shot.
I landed in the same spot that I would if the E-camera wasn't in the way. Tom, I would say you're a much better golfer. Allegedly, you should have been able to handle that pressure.
John, what about all the noises?
Early hint at Stuttering John quotes.
What noises? Woo! 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 Hey, Tom! Hey! I think I won.
Come on,
Tom,
that's
fair
hilarious.
square. Tom will say the same.
Yeah, we got to. Yeah. What noises?
I would hope, if he's a gentleman, if he had a problem with any noise, he should have said so in the beginning. He was very cocky,
Tom's
He thought he
memo
was
was
gonna win.
another great one. I
was
see a
very
lot of
sure he was
love in
gonna
the
win,
chats for
and
Tom.
he lost.
When he wrote a memo, and it was all like, then they brought Mrs. something with a C. Mrs. like Cartolucci or something that came in, a fifth grade teacher to review Tom's letter. What was it about? It was about was it stocks or something? It was something weird.
Something he
it
wrote
was
as a
so
kid.
good.
I have no memory of that.
Oh, it was anything with Tom was, especially when they would just fight. They would fight with him and call him all these names, and then like 10 minutes later, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Like, or he'd
Neither
come
of
in,
us
Tom-
vape, Ross. You bastard.
and
I don't
then,
vape. I'm
There was
sorry.
another one where Tom, he took over the show for 5 minutes, and it was horrible. Him and Robin. Oh, it was so great. They did a movie review.
That's when Brian really likes something Howard Stern related. You just get the it was All right, so let's watch one other, and then we'll get the hell out of here. I feel like we have the great Steel Toe Army a little bit bringing up the vaping. We were a victim of that too, ladies and gentlemen. Just as Aaron was a victim of that, we were as well. That was our guest and good friend Matt Maisto from Mondo Creepy, now nicknamed Mondo Vapey, who did that. I'm trying to see if I have my vape sound to surprise everybody, but I don't. I do have this. All right, let's play this other goddamn thing. Present. This is, again, Stuttering John and Howard reacting to Stuttering John somehow beating country club golf maven Tom Chiasano, who was an executive or a manager or a program director. Do you remember his title at 92.3 K-Rock in those days? I don't. He was a boss man.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he was the boss.
Bring out enough, John. He's such an ungracious winner.
Oh, there's no worse person to lose than
Rest in peace, Artie Lang.
The most annoying human being in the world. The most annoying human being. Play him again, Tom.
Stuttering John Daly.
How did you beat him?
It was amazing.
General
I would
manager.
never bet on you. He plays golf everyone tells me he's some kind of golfer.
Howard, everybody says, like, when you're in the sand trap, they say you're supposed to hit the ball an inch behind, you're supposed to hit
the sand, right?
Yeah, hit the sand first. So I just said, you know what? I suck. So instead of doing that, I'm going to top the ball, and it's going to roll onto the ground. Roll right on. And Tom's went, whoop, over the hole, down the hill.
And Tom has taken many golf lessons.
Tom, you don't know how to hit out of the sand trap? Yes, I do.
See, Howard, here's the sad thing. He blames it on the E camera, but he was up a stroke on me,
I don't
Howard.
blame-
So he had one stroke on the sound trap. I was in the same position he was. I had
You
two
were down
strokes.
a stroke.
I was down a stroke. I was down.
It was up to Tom. What happened?
Yeah. Tom then hit the ball down the hill, and I hit it right next to the hole. So, I mean,
How many lessons would you say you've had, Tom?
Oh, but you started golfing at what age?
Seriously, about, I don't know. I mean, I started playing when I was like 15.
Well, how many lessons?
John, how many lessons have you taken?
I think I had one lesson in my life, and I drank through it. And
You were wearing high
Howard,
top
ask me
ponies.
how many times I played golf this year.
How many times?
Once before Tom.
Wow.
Once.
Wow, Tom, what a day. What the hell?
And this is like his course, so he knows the course better than anybody.
Right.
That's right.
He plays better than it. He has his own clubs, his own spike shoes, his own ordnance shorts
caddy,
and
his own
stuff.
everything.
He even was scolding me because I had my hat on backwards, and
Right.
like you're not allowed to wear your hat on backwards at his club. He knows the rules.
He's got the regulation.
He's got all the
What is
rules.
he wearing?
He has the
by way?
regulation
Rochelle, don't
outfit. He
mess
has
around.
those regulation shorts, those little bobby socks.
All right, I don't want to play the whole thing, but I wanted to get a little taste of that since at the end of that, whom are these podcasts with the great Cardiff Electric, El Horrible, and Lorenzo Areola. I'm really feeling nostalgic talking about the old Stuttering John stuff. And one thing that Cardiff had asked was, has anybody ever found any redeeming quality of Stuttering John where you see something and you're like, oh yeah, he was a good guy in that scenario? And I would argue, and you alluded it too, he was the hero of the stupid in that particular instance when he was the guy fighting the man. He was the ham and egging it working man in that particular instance. Because we'd all been taught by Howard Stern that, management and Tom Chiusano were evil. And Stuttering John was sort of fighting for us, the common man, in that particular episode or drama arc on the old Howard Stern show, right?
At any time he was on the Howard Stern show, he was redeeming. Because it was filtered through...
The chat's going to go nuts now.
Well, no,
Nobody's
it was
watching
filtered through Stern. So Stern knew what to do with them. The minute he left, Stern
That's a
was
really
always
good
right.
point.
Every time
Stern
he
knew
told
what
John
to
he was
do
going to
with
be a
them.
loser.
Wait,
he
sorry, say
always
that
said
again. I was trying to emphasize your point by saying that Stern knew what to do with him. Yes.
Yes, and he said, if you ever leave me, you'll be nothing. And so he was right in that aspect, but he knew what to do with John. He knew what to do. And it made John, listen, was John annoying? Was he a jerk? Was he a schmuck? He's everything he still is today, but it was going through that filter. And, that was the genius of Stern back then. And also...
And somehow all of this, though, it infected John's brain, obviously.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Like
it
a
went right
virus.
to his head.
Fame.
I still don't think John wrote any question. I think they were always like a Jackie, a Fred, or a Howard who were writing those questions.
That's fact, though. That's not even questioned by John, right?
Well, I mean, John will say, I wrote a few of them. I wrote a few. But and that was the genius. And it was that he didn't know. I think B. Dabbler mentioned it today. Or no, it was B. Durable might have mentioned something that John...
Sorry for the clarification.
On Whom
there.
Are These Podcasts on its #1 episode today, or its first episode.
Hoops to jump through.
Like he had mentioned that John...
Like this.
What?
I'm just making fun of you because you're like...
All right, well, then make fun of me. You wouldn't... Go with your Whom Are These Podcasts. All right, good night. Good night.
All right, go ahead. You done? What are you talking about?
We're done.
All right, maybe we are done. I'm just saying, I couldn't see you for a second there.
I'm behind the scenes guy.
What were you saying? I interrupted you.
Well, now I lost my train of thought, so now to get it back is isn't that what you guys all do on your little dabbling?
I don't have that up at the moment. I can play that though. All right, you know what though? I did in preparation, or someone did in preparation for that Whom Are These Podcasts. I got a bunch of sound things, and I'll just play them all right now, and then we'll end.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
Who are these people?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Makes no sense.
B. Dabbler just said, "Make my point."
Well, now I forgot it.
I don't remember either.
There he is, beating that dead horse.
That would have been good. I think I used this one at some point. It's Carl.
Good answer.
Good answer.
No shit, Sherlock.
Oh, these might be actually. I hope these aren't blasting people's speakers out because I know sometimes I play these way too loud. Sorry about that. If I just did that.
What?
And then this one, written especially for us.
Be more funny. Be more funny.
All right, that's it. Good luck and God bless everybody. That's the Cardiff Electric wrap-up show about whom are these podcasts. B. Dabbler says John's too stupid to know what he was asking or to whom. Yes, they're very loud. Proper modulation. Yeah, sorry about that. There is no proper modulation. This is so great, right? Yeah, sorry about that. I should have known before I hit them that I had turned them up too much. But I mean, that's an interesting point there. Did John not know he was asking questions? I always had a feeling that.
Oh, he totally didn't know.
Really? But
There's no way
he read
knew.
page 6. He knew who Cindy Adams was. I thought
no, he did not know and he didn't, especially like when they would, those old comics. He had no idea who those guys were. He might have known Raquel Welch, and that's it. Like, he had no idea. We knew Morton Downey, but, he didn't know. Dude, he was
Morton
a
Downey
college
was such a
guy.
thing.
He was an NYU film student, going out every night, getting up in the morning. He was and that's what was so lovable about it, and so, made the bit fun. But again, he would not, none of that would have been, it wouldn't have worked if Stern didn't know how to use it. And so John was just like a puppet, I mean, he was just a puppet.
What does B Dabbler mean here? You need to look at the green type of tube? I don't know what that means. That's too technical.
A phrase from his dad. That helps with proper modulation.
Don't be stupid, you morons. Do we have a tipping site? No, I don't want any problems from the IRS, any type of federal agencies or anything like that. So we just do this for the love of the game. All right. Thank again to Cardiff Electric. Thank you to B Dabbler. It was nice to be in a situation with actual funny people and to be carried. And Lorenzo Areola, who's just great. He's putting in the work, man. He's struggling with his issues, but he's honest and he's doing the work. You know what I mean? And Cardiff says, you are welcome. Anything you want to add there, Brian? For having us on.
If Cardiff is really nice to me, he might be getting a package very soon. So I'll be maybe this package won't be going out.
Dude, I know they just made it legal in Connecticut, but you can't talk like that.
Can't send that in the mail.
No,
right.
who you kid your
then
logo?
never mind. But just be nice to us next week.
I'm going to private this right away. Let me call up Chad.